Hey everybody, it's Hollywood. Doing a vlog, and this time I think I actually know what I want to talk about beforehand, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, I went to my old house today, this afternoon, and I was just walking through there, and I call it my house of horrors because I spent the worst 2.5 years of my life there. And I was just walking through in the hallways and the sitting in my old bedroom and just thinking about all the things that happened there and thinking about, I was just visiting now. I didn't live in that anymore. I wasn't there anymore. I was going back home to a good place. And it just got me thinking about the adversity and how I've come out of it and how I dealt with it through that, uh, shit, through that period of time. That's what I was looking for. How I dealt with it through that period of time. So, hopefully this video will serve as maybe some way for you to be able to cope with bad things that may have happened in your past, or maybe if you're struggling right now, it'll be some sort of motivation that you will come out of it better, and you will. Hopefully I can accomplish that in this video. I can't make any guarantees, but keep watching. Maybe it'll happen. You never know. Um, but anyways, I won't go into the specifics of why my situation was bad, but it was bad. I mean, I know I was still better off than millions of people in the world, and I shouldn't complain, but it was pretty bad for me, and it had a lot of psychological effects on me that I still feel today. But um, in the end, now that I'm here on the other side of it, I can honestly say that although it was a terrible thing, I think I learned a lot from it. And I've always said that adversity is a great teacher. In fact, it's probably the best teacher. Um, and because of that, this video is entitled Mr. Adversity. Mr. Adversity teacher, nah, it's clever, right? Um, no, but anyways, I think adversity, you learn things when you go through trying times, right? You learn things that you can't just learn in a book. You can't just look at, something like, oh, yeah, appreciate everything. Don't take anything for granted. And be like, yeah, okay, sure, I won't take anything for granted. It doesn't work that way. You can see something that tells you to be this way and that it's a good way to be this way. But unless you go through it and you experience it, it's kind of difficult to make it happen. Your brain does its own thing. So it's difficult. And before I went through everything I went through, I really didn't appreciate anything. I mean, I appreciated it, but I took it for granted. I didn't think of it as a big deal. I just kind of expected it. I expected these things to happen for me. I expected to have uh, more meals every day and, heaters and air conditioners and all that stuff. I expected that because I lived with it my entire life. And then I went without it. And I realized these aren't things that you should expect to get. You're lucky to have them. And, I don't think I would have ever learned that life lesson if I hadn't gone through the adversity that I did. So, in a way, I'm kind of thankful that I did. And, uh, I went through what I went through when I did. I think it's taught me a lot of things that even a lot of adults wouldn't realize. And if you've gone through adversity, I'm sure you would say the same thing. You learned all sorts of things that, put you years ahead. And I think that it did for me. Um, And I think one thing of coping, if you've been through a bad time and the things that happened during that time are still plaguing you, one way to look at it is the way I'm looking at it, which is being optimistic about it. I think I touched on that a little bit in my first video, and changing your outlook, being optimistic, and it really helps with coping. If you've been through adversity, you've had issues, and you're past them now, or even if you're still going through them, it helps so much to have an optimistic outlook. I look back on the bad things that happen, and I draw whatever I got good out of that. What did I learn from this experience? Now I won't make that mistake again, right? Because I learned from it. Um, it changes everything. For instance, like I said, I look back and I'm now appreciative of things. I lost things, and now I appreciate them now that I have them back. So, that you have to look at it optimistically if you can. I know it's difficult, but it really does help coping with past issues and even current ones. Optimism that the situation is going to change and that things are going to get better. Optimism is what helped me through that. And sure enough, I was right. I did get through it. And although I'm not over all the issues that I had before, um, I'm better off and I'm in a good place and I'm moving forward with my life now, which is more than I can say, 7, 8 months ago, I wasn't going anywhere. So, optimistic outlook, hope that things are going to change, it does make a difference. And optimism about the things that happened in the past, it makes a difference too. And so, yeah, I look at it like that. I learned a lot and it put me in a good place now. I'm way more mature than I was a few years ago. I learned so much. And I think that while I'm disappointed that I had to go through those things, and I'm disappointed that I missed out on such a large chunk of my adolescence. That's one of those what ifs. You can't do that. What if I had gotten to go out and do all these fun things as a kid? Well, what if is pointless. So, um, while I wish it hadn't come at the expense of my adolescence, I think it's going to help in the future. I learned a lot of things that maybe even a lot of adults don't know. And I think it makes me feel more like an adult because I've been through a lot in just a short period of time. And, you know, in the end, I think once I'm in a really good position and I'm supporting myself and I've got a career and a job or I'm in college, I'll be able to look back and say, yeah, it sucked, but I'm glad I went through it because I learned so much that helps me now. And, yeah, I think going through adversity and coming out on the other end of adversity is all about optimism. You have to be optimistic. And a couple years ago, I thought I'd be, crazy for me to say that. Optimism doesn't change anything. It's just a thought process. But it's so much more. It changes everything. It changes the whole game. At least it did for me, and I'm confident that it will for you too, if you're not already looking at things optimistically. It does make a big difference. And yeah, going through adversity, it sucks. It really does. And it's not easy. But the stronger you fight, the better off you'll be in the end. You learn so much, and I promise you that you will. And, yeah, it's tough, but you will get through it. And yeah, you will be stronger in the end. I promise you, you will. I know I am. I'm much stronger than I was. I've still got a ways to go. Sure, there's always room for improvement, but man, I'm way further ahead maturity wise, thought process wise. I am so much further ahead right now than I would have been if things had stayed the same. And you know, another thing, I didn't appreciate education, right? And then I lost it. And now I think if I go to college, which I probably will, I'm going to appreciate that. I'm going to be thankful that I'm in college and I'm going to get the most out of it. So, see, there you go, right there. Optimism. I missed out, didn't get to go to high school, but it's going to help me when I go to college. It's going to make me appreciate it more. So, that's it right there. That's all you got to do. It'll help you through a lot of the issues that you're having, I think. Not all of them. Obviously, some things they're too difficult and it's so hard to get good things out of it. But try. Just try it. It might work for you. You never know. Try anything. If it has any chance of making you feel better, try it. You really should. Um, but anyways, I think I covered just about everything I wanted to. I wish I could have had my camera with me today when I was walking through my old house because, I was thinking of all sorts of things I'd like to tell people, things that I remembered from the past. But, anyways, I think I got most of it covered. Anyways, I hope this helps you somehow. That I hope you learned some sort of thing, whether you're going through a struggle now or you've been through one in the past. I really hope that this does help you because I know what it's like. It's not fun. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm always here. Literally, I'm always here. Check the currently online list. I'm fucking always here. So if you ever need anybody to talk to or vent to, I never judge because I've been in a bad situation too, and I wouldn't want people to judge me. I'm the last person in the world who would judge someone. Trust me. So if you ever need somebody to vent to or talk to, I'm here, and there's tons of people I'm sure on VT who would love to try to help you. But anyways, I think that does it. Hopefully, I'll be able to think of something else to talk about in the next few days. Maybe something a little bit lighter this time because I've been touching on more personal subjects recently. So maybe I'll try something a little bit funnier next time. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around.